Cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen.
What up, everybody, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. This is For Women Wednesday. I'm your host, Freddie G, joined by my co-host, K Money, Slash, and Comedian 96. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men. Don't forget to follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast. On Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. And for all my YouTubers, don't forget to like and subscribe. And welcome to another Women Wednesday. Okay, listeners, I was online searching different social media platforms to create today's show. During my search, I came across a few reality show clips. Love and Hip Hop, Basketball Wives, and Love in Huntsville. While viewing the clips, I formed an opinion. It was obvious to me that most of the women on those shows were insecure. With that being said, I wanted to share my opinion about being an insecure person. I believe everybody is insecure in some way, shape, or form. Now, my co-hosts may feel differently. So before I dive into today's show, fellas, give me y'all opinion on my opinion. Do y'all agree or disagree that everybody is insecure in some way, shape, or form?
I agree with that.
I totally agree.
I agree.
Okay. Now, in y'all opinion, what gender is more insecure?
Females.
I'll say females.
Yeah, female.
Why?
Because they so sensitive.
Emotional.
They're
emotional creatures.
They need validation
Yeah.
most of the time.
On everything.
On everything. Oh, no.
So y'all are saying their emotion is what makes them the more insecure?
Yeah.
I would say just the need for validation on whatever.
It's too many things that they look forward to being great at, and I mean, even from as far as what they look like. This is why the makeup thing is so big, because of the blemishes that are real small that we can't tell the difference. They can't stand it, so they put all this base on their face to cover up blemishes.
Yes.
That's a sign of insecurities.
Right.
Yep.
You know, thinking that they fat.
Getting the
you know,
BBL.
right. A lot of different stuff.
Yeah,
That's
BBL.
another good example of Comedian 96, the BBLs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
exactly.
Makeup, like he was saying, makeup. They have a Sephora. They have a Revlon. They have MAC. We don't have none of them stores. So that shows you right there the need to be, so to speak, perfect.
So are y'all saying that if you see a woman in makeup, there's a good chance that that woman is insecure?
No, we're not saying that. It's just they're using the makeup to hide an insecurity.
A lot of women are, not all women.
Not all. Some people, don't wear makeup or wear little makeup.
And I see women that wear makeup, and this is what bothers me. Some of y'all don't really even need the makeup.
Oh, man, tell me about it.
And what happens is when you put the makeup on, now you look like the girl standing next to you.
Man, let me tell you. This is a true story. I used to date a girl. I'm not going to even say her name. She was a model. And she looked beautiful with no makeup. Nothing. But when and I hope she listening because I used to tell her this all the time. I said, well, when you put makeup on, I don't want to go nowhere. You look like a cross-dresser. You look she put too much. It looks like you are a woman trying to be a man.
A man trying to be a
woman.
woman.
Yeah, a man trying to be a woman. And I'm like, you don't realize that. You look beautiful without. She's a 10 without makeup. When she puts it on, she goes down to a 7. I've never seen nobody like that.
Yeah, that's the problem I have with it.
Okay. Freddie G, you asked who we thought was insecure more, men or women. Now, we all agree that women are insecure, but I do feel that there are a lot of men out there that are insecure, however, may not admit to it or own up to it.
Okay, and I agree with that.
Yeah, because we'll go in the mirror and say, "Oh shit, I got a big nose. Okay, fuck it, all right, I'm gone. They gone about that day. We ain't finna go get no
Right. It
operation.
doesn't impact us the way it impacts females.
Yeah,
we'll
it's not going to change the way you view yourself.
So I'm listening to you guys talk about insecurities, and everything that you guys have talked about are physical.
Right.
Not all insecurities are
Physical. You correct.
So, with that being said, I'm going to share 2 definitions for insecure. The first definition is not firmly fixed, liable to give way or break. The second definition is not confident or assured, uncertain, and anxious. Now, as y'all know, this is Women Wednesday. And there are some women who refuse to believe that they're insecure. Now, in all fairness to them, they may be unaware of their insecurities. Therefore, they unconsciously camouflage their insecurities by displaying deflective behavior. So, they use terms like, I'm a real bitch. Or, I speak my mind.
Oh, I'm straight up. I'm a strong black woman or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. You right.
Give it. Yeah.
So, in order to help those women who are unconsciously insecure, we have to make them conscious. And for women who are consciously let me rephrase that. Women who are conscious of their insecurities, they have to learn how not to be a slave to their insecurities. So, I have 4 points I want to discuss, and each point have bullet points within. So, the first point is women have to understand what causes a person to be insecure. Can y'all tell me something that may cause a woman to be insecure?
A simple comment on something she could be wearing, something she doing. It could be something very small, and you don't think it's big as a person, as a man. You could say, "Baby, I don't like those pants you got on are too tight," and she would take it elsewhere. You know what I mean?
You called her fat.
Yeah. So you call me fat now? No, I just said that I'm sorry. I guess I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should have said nothing. I should just let you go on about your business.
Right.
Let your belly hang out the side. I should just let you go. You know what I'm saying?
That's sexy.
Huh?
That's sexy.
Yeah, I know, but she might not want her belly hanging out the side.
I don't want her
So the
belly
first thing
hanging
she
out
gonna
the
say when
side.
she get back, why you didn't tell me my belly was hanging outside before I left? So
Well, you
it's-
knew your belly was hanging out just this side before you left. Because 9 times out of 10, you looked in that mirror or stood in it 100 hours before leaving out
But
the house.
they'll hit you with that. I asked you before I left.
So, just to be sure, clear, you name something that may cause a woman to be insecure.
About her
'Cause now
appearance.
You gave an example, of
Right.
something.
Because the next thing will be, I need to head to the gym.
Okay,
I
so
need to stop
you're
eating so
saying-
much.
So, are you saying that her physical appearance
Could hinder her, to make her.
could cause her to be insecure?
Yes.
Okay, now that lines up with when you guys were giving examples earlier, talking about makeup and BBL. All that is physical appearance, which I agree. But I'm noticing a pattern here.
Well, I didn't go to makeup. I wore something they're wearing. But I get what you're saying. It's physical still. Yeah.
There's a pattern here. We automatically associate insecurity with physical appearance.
Not necessarily,
Not
even
necessarily,
though
yeah.
in the show today that's all we seem to be talking about. But when I think of insecurity and a female, the first thing that come to my mind is in a relationship. If she's been cheated on, then she's scarred, and that type of insecurity lingers for a while and can affect.
Okay.
That's a good one. If a woman thinks that's a good one. If a woman may feel that she is not in your league, that could cause her to think you're cheating and you're not.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She knows I got a good one here, and I
It's too good to be true. Too good. For
too
her type of
yeah,
shit.
it's too good. And then
Now that doesn't sound like
Yeah,
what K Money said.
yeah, it's
that
not.
didn't sound like nothing that K Money said. So that sounds something different.
it's
Did
still
you hear what
insecure.
he said, though?
I heard he said, but it's still insecure. I was
I
just
know.
giving you an example.
I know
Go ahead.
that's good. So you're giving me a different example. You're not actually.
I was just piggybacking, a little bit piggybacking, sort of.
Oh, so
He
K
jumped
Money.
on him and fell off.
Yeah,
So-
kind of jumped on, fell off.
So K Money.
Yes, sir.
Say what you said again about what could cause a woman to be insecure, and you use a relationship for an example.
Yeah, I say if whenever I think of insecurity in a female in the same sentence, the first thing that comes to my mind is her being cheated on.
Okay. Comedian 96. You said something that didn't sound like you were lining up with what K Money said. You gave something a little different.
Help
me with that again.
Yeah, so I know you guys have been in this relationship where a girl's always blaming you for cheating. That's what I was getting at. She's always blaming you for cheating. You ain't doing nothing. But she's insecure.
Right. She's insecure.
She's insecure, so that's why.
But that's her own insecurities that makes her that way. Not because she feel like, and you mentioned something where she feel like she's not in the same playing field. You know, she shouldn't be in the same.
Yeah,
You know,
because
with
she'll look at you and say, "Oh,
Yeah.
you make this money. You got a nice car. Like,
Right.
Every girl wants you. Why you with me? Now she fussing
yeah,
at you
they
because
do
you
that.
with her.
They will do that. That's insecurity. That's self insecurity.
You want to add something else, Slash?
Now, because I'm agreeing right here with what Comedian 96 is saying.
Okay, so I wanted to hear what you guys thought because I listed about 7 things. And out of the 7 things, and you guys gave an example, Comedian 96, in a round or about way, you touched on 2 of the 7. K Money, you touched on 1. So the first one I have listed here in regards to insecurities that I thought y'all would say, and Slash, to be honest with you, I thought you would say this. Because keep in mind, when I be doing these shows now and I make these lists, I actually think about y'all as individuals and how we've talked about past shows and stuff like that. And I'll be like, okay, Slash would be more apt to say something like this or this. Not that I know exactly what you would say or what your thoughts are.
Right.
But this one, I actually thought you would say low self-esteem.
Yeah, that's
That would cause a person,
I
a
just
woman, to
kinda
be
said
insecure.
That's self insecurity. This low self esteem.
Yeah.
Self insecurity. That's
Yeah,
that's
low self-esteem.
That's any insecurity is low self esteem. I think the two go hand in hand.
Well, they go hand in hand, but like if a person say, "Oh, she's insecure," the next thought behind that will probably be, "Oh, that's probably because she have low self-esteem," and then the next thing behind that would probably be her self-esteem is low because of this.
So, question: wouldn't you think that if female self-esteem is low, it has to do with her appearance,
Yeah.
how she look or view herself?
something.
Well, yeah, a woman can suffer from low self-esteem, largely due to long-standing gender stereotypes. It could be that. It could be the stereotypes, or it could be appearance. It could affect her self-esteem. But the bottom line is, the self-esteem part of it could cause her to be insecure. Because remember, I said, "Oh, she's a very insecure person," and then somebody may say, "Oh, she's insecure because she has low self-esteem." Then the other person would say, "Well, why does she have low self-esteem? Because she got a big nose."
You got a flat ass.
Or,
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
He's flat ass. I say because she got a
That's
big
a good.
nose.
That's a good point you just said. That I don't know if y'all SZA. You know, she's my favorite artist.
Yeah,
But if
mine
you-
too now.
What'd you say?
Say mine too.
Yeah,
bro.
too. But when she came out of her first album, she was small. Like I like them now. Now you know she got thicker. Now she lost weight. Watch the Super Bowl. She lost weight. But anyway, her first album, damn near every song she talk about her ass is not big enough. It's not like that. At least 6 songs she mentions it, that. So it's an insecurity that I think she had. It was self-conscious, or maybe she knew, but she talked about it a lot.
Okay. Now, the next one I have listed here, K Money, you actually touched on it when you spoke about relationships. And so, in a roundabout way, you touched upon it. One of the things that I believe that can make a woman insecure is past traumatic experiences and abuse.
Yeah.
Or abuse.
That can scar a female.
So, and the next one I have listed here, Comedian 96, you touched on this one in a roundabout way. And that's perfectionists.
Oh,
Women, they,
Always gonna be
always
something
trying
wrong.
to be perfecting whatever, trying to be perfect in some way.
yep.
And if they're not able to do that, then
They finna ask you.
that can cause some insecurities. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be on the physical appearance, but physical appearance is one of them. But it could be in regards to their job.
That's interesting, man. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah,
That
you
type-
gotta. At that point, you gotta tell the truth lie.
It could be something dealing with a family member, like, oh, your mom, my mother-in-law coming over here. Let me make sure the china is correct. Let me put the dishes in.
You have to.
Oh,
you
yeah,
have
yeah,
to
yeah,
co-sign
okay.
on things you normally don't want to co-sign on. When you have to kind of reassure, you gotta validate. It doesn't matter if it's the job, kin folks, because she could be mad at a person in the family, and you might really like that person, but in order to keep that woman happy, you gotta be like, yeah, I can't stand that motherfucker either, even though you're lying. So you gotta kind of tell the truth lie.
Yes, that means even when you validate something, they still ain't never gonna be satisfied.
Exactly. You know how many girls at work that I hated, that she hated? I didn't even know them, but I hated them for her.
Now, here's something that a woman, we don't associate this one to a woman, making a woman feel insecure. It's usually, this one, in my opinion, usually goes toward men, and that is recent failures or rejection. Once a man is in the club, and if he's standing around and he done went up and talked to 3 different women and asked them to dance, and all 3 of them told him no,
He might need a mint.
Yeah, he might need a
now,
minute.
well, check it out.
Or some more alcohol.
Check it out. Let's say he dressed head to toe. He got a mint,
Okay.
got a pocket full of money, but he ain't leading with his pockets.
He shouldn't.
But he just ugly.
But there it is.
Now, but check it out though. He ugly. But because he got a pocket full of money, because he got a nice car sitting in the parking lot, because he fresh dressed like $1,000,000 and got a mint in his mouth, he feeling confident. He walk up to woman number 1. Excuse me, would you like to dance? Oh, and he's articulate, by the way. Excuse me, would you like to dance? No, not right now. Oh, okay. 5 minutes later, our new record come on and go to another woman that ain't with the group that's on the other side of the room. Excuse me, would you like to dance? No, that's okay. Another 5 minutes pass. He go to this other woman. Excuse me, would you like to dance? And all of them tell him no. Now, when it come to that 4th woman, if he had a whole bunch of liquid courage, there's a good chance that joker probably be like, man, shit.
The problem is where he should have led was not asking a woman to dance, because 9 times out of 10 she probably don't want to dance, which is why she's saying no, because she don't want this look. She don't want to be seen in the club dancing with you.
What?
Because she feel like you not appeasing to the eye. Now, not saying nothing against a guy that's not appealing to the woman's eye.
Listen up, ugly nigga / giving you some game.
So in this situation, you know you got money. You know you dress head to toe. Your breath even smell good. You got on some nice cologne. man, you have a better chance with saying, let me buy you a drink and take a little time to talk to her rather than asking her to dance.
Free game.
Because asking her to dance, she don't want to be seen with you.
But Freddie G just said he didn't lead with his pocket.
He should have.
Yeah.
That's where he went wrong.
You just said not to.
Because look,
So-
I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you not appealing to the eye for women,
you got to.
you gotta have some money.
Yeah.
So here's the $1 million question. The only way we'll know the answer to that is to ask somebody.
That's
so,
ugly.
Comedian 96. How does that work for you?
Man, I don't know.
I'm just playing.
Cute
Man.
than a bitch.
I'm just playing. Hey, no, for real, not to get sidetracked, right? So, believe it or not, man, one of the things that make women feel insecure is a recent failure or rejection. And I thought that, damn, that usually lines up with men, but women feel that way too. Now, another thing that can make a woman feel insecure, social media.
Oh, they do it all the
Oh,
time. Get
yeah,
off of
but
it.
now you got to compare it to the girl that's on the trip.
Get off of social media.
Exactly. So I have this thing that I float. I try to float it like once every 3 months. It's a girl. She's on a trip. Badass bathroom, right? But in the background is an old big fat white man in the back of the picture. This is how you got your trip, baby. And that's what I be trying to. I try to get the girls.
He
to
led with the
understand.
money.
Yeah, that old big fat white man. I said, so y'all
He knew-
looking at and y'all impressed at what this girl is doing, but you don't
he
see
knew-
that big fat white man that paid
He
for it.
knew what he had to do to get that girl there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be by some money.
So another thing that makes a woman feel insecure is frequent criticism. So that can make a person feel insecure if you're criticizing them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, another thing that can make an individual feel insecure is fear of failure. A person don't want to fail at whatever they're doing, and so they can become insecure. And not all the time, again, I want to reiterate, not all the time being insecure has to do with physical appearance. Sometimes you could be insecure in your job. Right. You could be getting ready to do a presentation, and you know that you don't do well in public speaking.
Right. Yeah.
And so you feel a little insecure about it. So moving on to the next point.
Wait, hold on. You had hit home on one back when you was talking about asking a girl to dance at the club. You had left out a part when you asked her to dance. She say no. But do you see her 2 minutes later dance with somebody? Oh, God, my stomach. I loved her.
Shit's happened to you before.
It hit home. Yeah.
Plenty of times.
That's why Freddie G
Can't lie.
asked you, how would you handle it?
How do you handle it?
I'm short. I'm not ugly. The girl's like 6 feet.
You
I'm
said,
5'10".
Now, I'm going to quote what you said.
I'm 5'10". Usually the guys they dance with be 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", so I can understand why they pick the taller guy over. I get that. I don't have no insecurity, but I get it. I get it.
96 said that he was cute than a bitch. Did y'all hear that?
Yes, I didn't say I was tall than a bitch. I said I'm 5'10".
Just the word cute itself. It bothers me in this situation.
It do bother me too.
And then you put then a bitch. So this here's a double issue with that statement. Comedian 96.
I don't know why.
So check it out.
That's slow self-esteem. Insecurity.
Hey, so check it out. Before we move on, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Correct.
So I'm cute than a bitch.
Well, somebody at some point may have thought you was cute than a
K-Money.
bitch.
No, don't do it, man.
Because
Don't go there. He was ready.
Stop, I know he ready to get tee off. I get the duck from Slash. Shit.
somebody at some point may have thought you was, because beauty's in the eye of the
Just see
beholder.
him, Freddie G, trying to good cop, bad cop. Get your ass, go on, get on
No,
with
I'm
your show,
trying to help
man.
you, man.
I know
I'm
you
trying to
is.
help.
Sure.
You got kids, right?
I got to.
Yeah, somebody likes you for one day.
Somebody thought you was cute enough to procreate
now
with you.
You are basically throwing the baby mamas up under the bus.
I said beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, but the way you're saying it is, what were you thinking?
No,
That's what we thinking, bro.
See,
Your
that's the
face
low
is
self-esteem.
saying
You
to
said
me.
that. I said beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
What were you thinking?
That beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
What what you thinking?
That beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
That's
think
the
he-
look you're giving me.
No,
that
so
I need to-
here's the thing.
You want to send them a text?
What I was thinking, what I was thinking was, what may be cute to one person may not be cute to the next person.
Right.
So beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So obviously,
Yeah.
you have children. So somebody
Got
thought
drunk.
that you were beautiful.
Somebody got drunk.
All of us. Put us all in the boat. Hell, let's get in the boat together.
Now we can't all ride the same boat.
All right, on to the next point, man. So that was point one, and there were bullet points within that point one. And so moving on to point two, women should understand their most common insecurities. So, in other words, if you're an insecure woman, you need to understand why
Right.
you're insecure, and it may line up with other things that other women may feel. So, can y'all tell me something that's common amongst women, or that's a common insecurity that women share?
I want to say their shape.
Body image.
Yeah.
Now their shape is very important in their era, to where you have to be sexy. Remember the saying, I don't remember what the numbers were. 36,
24, 36. Put
Brick
a winning
house.
hand. Oh, she's
You
a
know.
brick.
So yeah,
Don't.
that's kind of important now, more so now than it was back then. As guys, we looked at it like she got to be Coke bottle fine,
Yeah.
But now they're even seeing it because they thinking, and there has been a lot of women that's been super fine, and they get promotions just because of that.
Facts.
So most women feel like I got to be this or I got to be that, and I think it just fell into the culture, women's culture now, that they have to be super sexy.
I'm glad you said that. And I actually have that listed here as number one because 78% of girls between the ages of 12 and 20 years old are unhappy with their body.
I would think so.
How many? What's the percent? How many?
78%.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a passing grade if you're in school.
So you can see how much how hard it is to keep one of them happy.
Now, and that's so 78%. So that's a common insecurity amongst amongst a lot of women. They have that in common when it comes to insecurities. Here's another thing that they have in common. Or before I share this next one, can y'all think of something else?
I think this has a lot to do with insecurity. Some women, we talked about the makeup, we talking about the body shape. I also think the what would you call it, accessory to the women culture, such as the eyelashes, the nails, the toes done.
So all of these, again, they're physical.
I would say when you added
Think
IG, that's what I'm
broader.
going to say. That's what I'm saying. You added IG, I'm thinking of financial, the financial situation that they're in compared to what they're seeing other women with money, or they think they have money. They don't realize it's just a picture for now. That money for to be spent. It was probably the rent money they got on the bed.
So they could be insecure about their finances.
Yeah, they might say, you know what? This girl ain't but 22. She making more than me, and I'm 32. Let me get what I'm saying. So that can make a woman insecure.
What about aging? As they get older and they're aging.
They get caught up in I'm old now and I want to be young again, and they try to do so much to change back to their old size when they was 22.
Yeah, 50s is the new 30.
You know
that 50s is the new 20s.
That was a lie.
Say. Yeah, only women would make up some shit like that. I know 50 ain't the new 20.
Yeah, that's a lie.
I would never say that.
What about? Man, we're only speaking of women in this for this particular one right here. Well, all of it for the most part. But if you guys want to share something about men, that's fine too. So, when it comes to parenting, do y'all think women are insecure when it comes to parenting?
I will say only in one instance that I seen one of my daughters, I'm not going to name which one of my daughter's mothers actually boo-hoo cry My daughter's first words, all her other kids were mama. My daughter's first words was dada. She lost it. That made her insecure. But my daughter saying dada first.
Wow.
She was insecure. How?
She
In what way, though?
She felt that my daughter would be more gravitating towards me, which she's right.
Maybe those were rap lyrics. I'm the dun dada.
She was 2 or barely 2. See, so her first word, remember her other kids was mama, but this one see, she don't understand. Me and my daughter, we hung tough. When I went to happy hour, my daughter was with me from
At happy hour?
everywhere. I was not detached. Freddie G will tell you, I was not detached.
Let me
from
paint
her.
a picture.
Yeah.
In regards to insecure parenting, and tell me if y'all can understand this or visualize this.
Mm-hmm.
You have a female parent here that has children, and these children are excelling in damn near everything that they do.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have another female parent, and when I say children, let's say teenagers, excelling in school and everything. Then you have this set of teenagers that's getting in a lot of trouble. And now, when the two parents are in the room together and they're questioning or amongst other women, and these are, well, yeah, my kids are such and such and such, my kids are such and such. It's just talking, not bragging, but you're just kind of having conversation. My kids are such. Now it's time for this parent over here to talk. Do you think that they'll be insecure about
Their child
and what's going on with their child compared to all of these stories that these other women are sharing about their children?
Yep.
I wouldn't think it would be insecure. I would say more or less embarrassed.
They'll be embarrassed, so
because
they won't say
number
nothing.
one, if you're not raising them right, you already know that. Mm-hmm. You don't have to listen to what she's saying about her child to know that you're not raising yours right, because half the time, some of these women got these kids and they don't care nothing about them. You know, I mean, they'll do certain stuff that's necessary, buy school clothes, take them to school, drop them off, pick them up. You have to do that. But I'm talking about as far as spending the time with your child the way you should, teaching them real life stuff. Most of these women are probably not doing that.
Yeah.
So when you find a woman that is, and she's telling you, hey, I'm raising my child like this, to me, that would be more embarrassing to you.
Right.
And you shouldn't take no offense to it because somebody else doing it. Now you hating.
Right.
If they raising their child better than you are. So I just think it's more, like K Money said, it's more a issue of her being embarrassed rather than don't be insecure.
Now,
Okay, so I'm sorry. Go
yeah.
ahead.
So remember, I told you about my daughter saying "dada" 1st. Think about the clips or the videos you probably seen, and they put the baby in the middle of the floor and the daddy on the left. But come here, and they end up going to the daddy. I'm almost sure it creates a separation with that child and that mother for a small period of time, because my baby mother so upset just for a very small period of time, maybe 2 weeks or so, but she just didn't respond to my daughter differently. I was getting the bottles for the next 2 weeks. I was doing the most because she's a woman, so you got to think she birthed her. But then when your first words is "dada," that would make any woman insecure.
I still don't see how it's making them insecure.
Think about it. She birthed her. She breastfed her. She did everything. But then you call for dada?
That may line up with what K Money said about the example I gave, and may line up with jealous, but insecure.
Jealous, insecure, they kind of kissing cousins, if you want to ask me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before I close, so let me ask y'all if y'all can give me maybe one or two signs of an insecure woman. I'm gonna say that again. Give me at least one or two signs that you, when you're looking at a woman or dealing with a woman, one or two signs that woman may be insecure.
She's not smiling.
Okay.
Accusing you of shit you ain't do yet.
Okay.
Always looking at herself in the mirror.
Okay. And do y'all agree that it's difficult for that insecure woman to trust anyone? for an insecure woman to trust anyone?
Now, without some type of help, some type of counseling, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Okay, would y'all believe that an insecure woman is overly jealous of your platonic relationships?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do y'all believe that an insecure woman requires constant reassurance?
Yep. Constant validation. Yep.
Chase.
It was a chase. Okay, so with that being said, man, I'm going to bring it to a close. Insecurities in a woman is often rooted in low self-esteem. It can lead to various negative behaviors and damaged relationships. It can damage your relationship with your spouse or partner. It can damage your relationship with family and friends. If not corrected, one can become a slave to their own insecurities. In order to break the shackles, you must look within. This concludes another dope episode. Tune in tomorrow for Think Thursday. Don't forget to follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. And for all my YouTubers, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Remember, the only way we grow is if you let them know.